Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Rogue because I think they are a very interesting team. Right now, they are currently sitting atop the LEC standings. I think they are one game up on Mad Lions going into the final week of the LEC regular season, and they had a very good spring split. They had a very good summer split. But it just seems like every time I am ready to finally write this team in as a good team, a great team, maybe the best team in Europe, they find a new way to choke. They find a new way to underperform. They find a new way to underdeliver, even though this team is seemingly composed of some of the best players in Europe at pretty much every single position. They seem to play well as a team. They have their own style. For whatever reason, again, time and time again in the big moments, in the big situations, once everyone is ready to crown them the kings of Europe, the new age team, something goes wrong. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm. If you want to go above and beyond helping support me, myself, my content, and my channel. With that being said, here we go. So what I'm talking about with Rogue and them choking and them underperforming, them not being clutch, whatever the word is, maybe just not having that it factor, this current roster, these current players, they don't have that thing that G2 in like 2019 had, that thing where in the most random moment, when all the pressure's on, when everybody's watching, when they have a chance to really cement themselves as one of the best teams in Europe and you know, kind of one of the best teams in the world in that case, because I really do think the LEC is an absolute world-class league. I really do think the LEC, top to bottom, might be stronger than the LCK overall, and Rogue, again, could be considered one of the best teams in the world by being atop this league right now. They find a new way to choke it. Now, again, this did start in the LEC Spring Playoffs, where obviously Rogue actually overcame some demons and beat G2 3-1 in the Losers Bracket Finals, but then they went on in the finals and had a 2-0 lead against Mad Lions. Everyone was ready to say that they were about to be not only the European champions, but the MSI representatives. They were going to be the ones to win when G2 fell. They knocked out G2, and then they were ready to claim the title. They were ready. It was all there. 2-0. They needed to win one out of the next 3 games, but as you guys know, they failed to do so. And in game 5, where they had a pretty significant lead and it was an absolutely winnable game, Mad Lions came back to win. They take home the championship. They go to MSI. They end up taking Damwon Kia all the way to a game 5 in that best of 5 series. They get the international experience. They get the trophy. They get the trophy in the trophy case. All that, just everything. I mean, they took it away from Rogue when it seemed like it was Rogue's to lose. And you know, obviously now fast forward, and the regular season doesn't matter as much, but this just comes up time and time again when everybody talks about the fact that Rogue has never beaten G2 in a regular season game. G2 most recently beat them yet again, because those are always big games, you know. Rogue is trying to overcome that. Yes, they beat G2 here in the playoffs, and that was obviously a big win. You'd obviously want that, but it just seems super weird that they can never seem to find a way to beat them in a best of 1. And honestly, in this playoffs, G2 is playing a really terrible. Like, even though G2's been a little consistent in the summer split, I would say they're definitely playing better now than they were at this point in the playoffs. But most recently, why I'm talking about this again is because looking at this screenshot, this is from this past weekend in the LEC, where Rogue was up 6,000 gold at 27 minutes. I believe at some point in this game, right around this time, the gold lead might have gotten close to 7,000, if not all the way up to 7,000. And again, just like in the finals against Mad Lions, this is another game where Rogue has a chance against one of the next top teams in Europe. I believe the team with the second best record in Europe now, after that weekend is all said and done, has a chance to win a big game, has a chance to cement themselves as a top team, has a chance in a game that was really hyped, really exciting, had a ton of people watching it. Everyone was excited for this. The stars were out. 2 of the best teams in Europe, 2 of the best teams in the world, getting a chance to slug it out. Rogue is playing very well. They are dominating. They're up 6 kills to 2. They're up 6,000 gold. They're up 4 towers to 1. The only thing that did suck was their Drake control, but obviously they traded strong early game advantages all over the map for some Drake control. And yes, being on Soul Point is never a good thing, but again, Soul is not worth 6,000 gold. That shouldn't make up the entire difference in this game, but obviously Rogue would go on to lose this game. We can see here that it happened so fast. That was 26 minutes. This is 30 minutes. So this is like 3 minutes later. The gold is dead even. Obviously, Mad Lions gets the soul. They get a 3,000 gold Baron power play. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door of Rogue's base, and they're ending the game. And that is absolutely crazy. That is crazy how fast Rogue lost control. And it's really, really unfortunate because, again, Rogue has a ton of good players. Last year, that was something I wanted to take a look at last year as far as the tournament results and everything. We know Rogue didn't do too hot at Worlds. They went 1-5. This is after finishing first place in the LEC Summer, just like they are right now, first place in the LEC Summer. They ended up getting third and securing that 3 seed at Worlds for Europe. And then they went 1-5 in the group stage at Worlds. Obviously, things did not work out. A lot of people put the blame on Finn, who obviously got replaced. He is now on CLG. But they still have some really, really good players. Obviously, Inspired, Larssen, Hansama. This is one of the best junglers, one of the best mid laners, and one of the best AD carries in Europe. They moved on from Vander. They got Trimby, who has been pretty damn solid. And they got a big upgrade in the top lane in Odoamne. So now, this team that was already good last year, already first place in the summer split, and again, a team that we expected to be a little bit better, even after a very, very disappointing World showing, which I think feeds into this narrative even more. They were first place in summer, they didn't get the job done in the playoffs, and then they got even, did even worse at Worlds when G2 went to Worlds and did well, Fnatic went to Worlds and did well, and Rogue was better than those two teams in the regular season of the summer split in 2020. So I just think it was really, really interesting, really crazy that this narrative just keeps kind of popping up. But again, Rogue was supposed to have gotten better in this offseason. They made some moves that they thought would make them a better team overall. Maybe not everyone was convinced of the Vander move with Trimby being an upgrade, but most people were convinced that Odoamne was going to be an upgrade there. And now it just seems to me like the same kind of stuff is happening. Now, yes, Rogue is still in a very, very good position. Again, they're sitting atop the LEC. They're a game clear of Mad Lions, Misfits, and Fnatic heading into the last weekend. But I think with 3 games to play, Rogue could realistically finish as low as 5th. But I think they play like Excel, Vitality, and SK or something. They have a very, very easy schedule in the last week. So I do expect Rogue to finish as the best record team in the summer split and in the LEC, but again, it won't matter much. It will not matter much unless Rogue is actually able to get the job done. They are going to have to live up to the hype. They're going to have to overcome the pressure, and they're going to have to overcome some of these demons that seem to keep popping up. They're going to have to get into a big game or get into a big moment or get into a big play, a big team fight, whatever, and they're going to have to make that play. And that has not been something that Rogue historically has done. They've had some opportunities, they've had some chances, and for whatever reason, whether it's the playoffs, whether it's Worlds, whether it's just even a regular season game against Mad Lions, they consistently are finding ways to choke. Now, this is still a very, very good team. When I look at the contract database, this team is all under contract for the future. So it will be interesting to see what happens if they come up short again this year, if they do stick together, if they are down to just keep developing year over year, or if Rogue comes up short again this year, doesn't win the LEC title, goes to Worlds, doesn't do well, could this team split up? Could Inspired leave? Could Larssen leave? Could Hansama leave? Could they move on? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But, man, I want to love Rogue. I want to say they're the best team in the LEC. I want to say they're one of the best teams in the world. But for whatever reason, they consistently find a way to not get the job done. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I'd appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Rogue? Do you think they are chokers, or do you think they're going to rise to the occasion in the summer split and at Worlds this year and finally be a top team? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamJerm. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!